Hi viewers, so I'm here somewhere very special. It's a company in Sri Lanka that makes left-hand drive American vehicles, right-hand drive American vehicles with a significant portion of Sri Lankan ingenuity, engineering and research and development. We are at Autogroup International. You can see they are since 2003, which means that they celebrated their 21st birthday recently. I believe it was
last week on Tuesday.
Yes. And this is Rob Hill, the CEO of the company. So Rob, tell me a bit about Autogroup.
Absolutely. I mean, you've summed it up perfectly, but we are the world's leading left-hand drive to right-hand drive converter of American pickup trucks, muscle cars and SUVs. So there are lots of the American manufacturers, such as the people who are doing the Hummer or the Camaros or the Dodge Challengers. You'll see them all today, but they're just simply not made in right-hand drive. So for the last 21 years in Sri Lanka and over 30 years, because we're an Australian company, we have been converting American vehicles from left-hand drive to right-hand drive. So I guess there is a need in, well, currently we export to 40 countries around the world. There is a need in lots of places where they want, or a need or a want, where they want a right-hand drive version of an American car.
And you can't blame people for wanting that because, I mean, some of these vehicles, like you have the Hummer EV right here, then inside we've seen a few of the pickup trucks, the GMC Denali, the Ford F-Series. Those are just massive, imposing vehicles. As a Sri Lankan who's used to things like a Toyota Hilux or Mitsubishi Triton, when I go and stand next to one of the pickup trucks in there, I feel like I've been, shrunken down to like a minion or something because those vehicles are like next level. And if we just pan here, we've got a GMC Yukon, which is one of the vehicles we're going to be telling you about. Once again, this thing makes a Prado or a Montero look small. And if we just pan over there, Mahen, one of my favorite American muscle cars, the Dodge Challenger. And believe me, if I lived in a foreign right-hand drive country and I wanted one of those in right-hand drive, now I know where to get it.
For sure.
Because that is a beauty. But back to Autogroup, Rob, why don't you tell us a bit about what goes into converting one of these beauties into right-hand drive?
Look, in a way, it's a simple thing to describe, converting a car from left-hand drive to right-hand drive, but the reality is that it takes 185 incredibly talented Sri Lankans. So I'm the only non-Sri Lankan here. I live here, my father started the business, but everything that you'll see today is Sri Lankan brilliance and capability and pride. So all of our vehicles are converted here, and we talk about on average about 500 hours of labour in the conversion of each vehicle, and that's spread across our engineering team, our quality control team, and of course our incredible crew across production. So welding, fiberglass, plastic, 3D printing, the electrical side of it, the list goes on. It really is a huge workforce, but everybody or everybody's work is absolutely vitally important to end up with this, a perfect right-hand drive Hummer, or as you mentioned, the Yukon Denali or a Dodge Challenger, those sorts of things. It is something that it's kind of like open heart surgery on a motor vehicle, and we do it all here. Very cool.
That is really cool, Rob, especially given the fact that most of these vehicles here, all of them, I think, are incredibly complex in terms of electronics. So absolutely. You guys have to make all that work in right-hand drive, don't you?
We do, yeah. And look, and both, there's no doubt, sort of over the last 30 years, in fact, we were looking at some pictures the other day of the first GMC pickup truck that we converted in Australia in 93.
Oh, wow.
And looking at that to the vehicles that we're converting today, it's kind of like going from a horse and cart to a spaceship. It's the evolution of technology has evolved so much. So there is a huge amount of electronics. We've got a team of 30 engineers, a huge number of those electrical engineers that are involved, but of course also our mechanical engineers. The fundamental thing though is that, this is a good example. This is a 4,300 kilogram EV pickup truck. It does 0 to 100 in 3.5 seconds. But fundamentally, it could very well be, yourself and family in the car. So when it comes to engineering, the electrical side of things, it has to be done correctly. Again, particularly with something like this, because it is massive, weighs a huge amount, and is extraordinarily quick. So it's the sort of thing where you have to ensure that everything is perfect.
Fair enough. So we'll be taking a closer look at these two vehicles in detail very soon. So thank you for that, Rob.
Pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry.